Hey guys. Um, so 1 year ago, not today, but from yesterday, I was looking at the first one I uploaded, the first video I uploaded. I read the Hyrule Historia. I got it. I got it very soon after it came to America, and yeah, it was a very cool read. My first read through was on this channel. Yeah, and you can see the playlist on. It's the first. It's the first playlist on my channel. If you scroll down there, or if you're not on the channel, you hit my channel. Scroll all the way down the bottom. There is a finished project section. It is the first, and I don't have room to add another playlist. So on my list there on the channel. So I but I will be adding more videos to that playlist. Um, and I bet you're wondering how. Well, I haven't done a second read through of that book in a whole year. So I wanted to do it again. But this time I've just bought the Legend of Zelda the Hyrule Historia ebook for the Wii U. So I will be reading the digital version of this book as a second read through for this year. Doesn't mean I'm rereading this video every year. That's no. But I mean, that'd be cool though. If they ever made an update, if they ever updated the book, I'd buy that again. I even bought during the last year. I even bought a second copy to be unopened. You know, just for collector's value or whatever. And yeah, I wanted to announce that here. And also, in case you're wondering, I don't have a Legend of Zelda Wii U edition. I would have really liked that, but I got a launch Wii U. So, yeah. But I went to eBay, and they actually sell the download codes a lot of people. And I got it for a good price. I mean, it was only $10. That's very fair. And, yeah. With that, I also picked up, in a separate seller, I also picked up the original instruction booklet for the original NES Legend of Zelda. I lost mine in Hurricane Sandy, and that was one of the things that took a while to replace, because I don't like buying, I'm really not, I don't have a good, well-fed wallet, let's just put it there. I'm not big on making a lot of money, so I finally found one for a good price, and yeah, I decided why not read this really quick. It's a nice intro to our continuation of reading the Hyrule Historia. A nice reread, and what I would really enjoy about doing the download version is you guys will get to see the pages with me, and that'll be great. It really, really will. Now, in case people were wondering, the highest my videos go right now is 480p, and the thing with that is standard definition. I don't know how well that'll come out, so I'm going to do a test on it. I'm going to put like a unlisted video on my channel because I want to test how it's going to look on YouTube. I really have no way to play HD right now. I am going to invest that sometime in the future one day. But for now, the best I can get is out of an S-video signal cable output in video. So I'm sure it'll look fine. I might have to suggest people play in the highest quality before the video starts, which I might do. But yeah, I wasted enough time. Let's get started. The original Legend of Zelda instruction booklet. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, reading instruction booklet, it's so boring. But no, this was back in the day when you needed that instruction booklet to understand what was going on. And yeah, and it's more than just press A to do this and press B to do that, because come on, the Nintendo didn't need to do that. It had 2 buttons. But instead, the instruction booklets will explain the story of the game, when it's intended to be the story, names of characters, and in this case, in The Legend of Zelda, since it was such a new idea, it also adds hints on how to play the game, and little maps and whatnot. So let's begin. As I did in the past, since this is the last printed book, most likely we'll be reading. I don't know if they'll ever do anything in the future. I will be showing you page by page when I'm done reading it. Let's begin. This is the first page. I'm not going to read every little detail. I'm just going to read things I think look cool to me, mostly from its antiquity, vintage stuff. Look for this seal on all software and accessories for your Nintendo Entertainment System. It represents Nintendo's commitment to bringing you only the highest quality products, even though they keep letting LJN make games. That's not in the book. Items not carrying this seal have not been approved by Nintendo and are not guaranteed to meet our standards of excellence in workmanship, reliability, and most of all, entertainment value. Thank you for selecting the Nintendo Entertainment System, The Legend of Zelda Pack. Please read the instruction booklet to ensure proper handling of your new game, and then save the booklet for future reference. The Legend of Zelda, as I'm sure I mentioned in a previous video in this playlist, Reading the Hyrule Historia, is the first ever console game, because games on a computer are floppy disks, to have a save function. The Legend of Zelda cartridges have backup batteries to save your progress, to give us a free save state in where you are. And yes, we're gonna start off with. It's not that long, so we're not gonna read that much. The first page is the table of contents, obviously, and that's where I read the seal of approval. I thought that was pretty cool. You don't see that much these days. A long, long time ago, the world was in an age of chaos. This is in the hero's fallen story, if I'm not mistaken. Great. I finally figured out what that sound was. I know I got that a lot in the past. It's my Skype. That's probably very obvious to people, and I knew this for a long time now, but I think I remember that going off while reading the book a few times. I know it went off a few times in my Let's Plays. In the midst of this chaos, in a little kingdom in the land of Hyrule, a legend was being handed down from generation to generation. The legend of the Triforce, golden triangles possessing mystical powers. One day, an evil army attacked this peaceful little kingdom and stole the Triforce of Power. This army was led by Ganon, the powerful Prince of Darkness, who sought to plunge the world into fear and darkness under his rule. Hearing his wicked rule, Zelda, the princess of this kingdom, split up the Triforce of Wisdom into 8 fragments and hid them throughout the realm to save the remaining Triforce from the clutches of the evil Ganon, which is spelled with 1 N and not 2 in the original game. I'm looking at that now. At the same time, she commanded her most trustworthy nursemaid Impa to secretly escape into the land and to go find a man with enough courage to destroy the evil Ganon. Upon hearing this, Ganon grew angry, imprisoned the princess, and sent out a party in search of Impa. Braving forests and mountains, Impa fled for her life from her pursuers. As she reached the very limit of her energy, she found herself surrounded by Ganon's evil henchmen. Cornered, what could she do? But wait, all was not lost. A young lad appeared. He skillfully drove off all the Ganon's henchmen and saved Impa from a fate worse than death. Some of these words are a little hard to read. Darker colors and whatnot. There's actually pictures in here, which is a very nice touch. His name was Link. During his travels, he had come across Impa and Ganon's henchmen. Impa told Link the whole story of the Princess Zelda and the evil Ganon. Burning with a sense of justice, Link resolves to save Zelda, but Ganon was a powerful opponent. He held the Triforce of Power, and so in order to fight off Ganon, Link had to bring the scattered 8 fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom together to rebuild the mystical triangle. If he couldn't do this, there would be no chance. Link could fight his way into Death Mountain, where Ganon lived. Can Link really destroy Ganon and save Princess Zelda? Only your skill can answer that question. Good luck, and use the Triforce wisely. You see, nice little art thing going on here. Looks like the whole land, what it looked like in a more realistic pattern. And this was when everything was really falling apart in the land of Hyrule, which is actually the end of one of the timelines, at least for now, where everyone was living in caves and whatnot. And no one was really doing that well. Okay, so we're on page 5. Hints on how to destroy Ganon. Ooh. They gave you hints on how to destroy the final boss. Those of you who have had trouble playing this game, read the story below. Read carefully, it has lots of useful hints. When Impa gave Link the order to destroy Ganon, she also told him of the history of the land of Hyrule, and the layout of the 9 underground secret labyrinths. They called dungeons labyrinths back then. These layouts should be somewhere in this booklet. Did you find them? And I do want to give more more information on this stuff, because I'll do this just once to give an example. I was just going to say that the origin of Legend of Zelda was from the disk drive system on the Famicom, the the NES of Japan, where people had the option to design. There was one game I forgot. I don't even know if it's related to Zelda or not, but we'll read in the Hyrule Historia, which is why I'm getting to this point. They were saying that they liked the little labyrinths and dungeons to solve puzzles to get through to the end and fight bosses, and they made a game surrounding that. But again, I'm gonna try to hold back when I read this, because we're gonna be reading the digital versions very soon, and this won't get in the way of Let's Playing. In fact, this will be really quick to make, which would be nice, because there are days where I just can't record Let's Play videos, unfortunately. I mean, I try, but it doesn't always work out the way you know. Responsibilities are lame, but you gotta do them. Relying on what Impa had told him, Link has to somehow make his way to Death Mountain. Link just might be able to find out where in this mountain is carefully studying where and when the monsters appear. Yes. In the forest and mountains, there are several caves, and in these caves, there are live merchants who will sell Link useful items, as well as buying things here. Link can get his hands on other things that he can't get elsewhere. Yeah, that is true. Here we go. Check that out. Nice pictures, little cartoony things going on. Link is a boy in this game. Lots of amazing things happen in the springs Link finds here and there. The fairies will give Link a whole new supply of life hearts. These aren't the only secrets to be found. Yeah, they're just telling you what you should look for out here in Hyrule right now. The entrances to the underground labyrinths are hidden all over the place. There are also some entrances that are really hard to find. Nevertheless, somewhere you'll be able to find hints on how to solve these riddles. And once Link found the labyrinth, he will always get an item of treasure. Yeah, get items. Oh, something I should be reading is there's these little under tabs here with more hints. Let me go back to page 5 for a second. The big enemies often have weak points. Try using various items of treasure to attack them in a number of ways. That way, you're bound to hit upon the right combination. And here's that one for page 7 and 8. Some of these nasties in the labyrinth are controlled by a ringleader. If Link finds the ringleader and does away with him first, all other enemies in the room will disappear. Very helpful hint. Okay, back to page 8, where I was up to. Carrying weapons such as boomerangs, etc., to match the enemy. This way, carry weapons, such as boomerang, etc., to match the enemy. This is a way Link can proceed with the fight more efficiently. The skill to switch over quickly to the treasure select screen. Remember the subscreen? Ooh, fancy new words I don't understand because I'm in 1986, I think. Yeah, it should be 86. And swiftly take out treasures is really important. If you got this skill, Link will be able to win to the end. The labyrinth level display is important. It shows Link the way. If Link does not fight the right level order, he might meet a miserable end at the end of the labyrinth. Don't rush forward too fast. It's dangerous. Yeah, that's one thing that keeps me from really beating Legend of Zelda. I mean, now that I have this instruction booklet, this is gonna help out a lot because it has little maps that'll help you along the way. But the thing is, what was I gonna say? I know exactly where level 1 is, which is the dead Deku tree, but and I know where level 5 is, but I don't know. I kind of know where level 4 is. It's like my mind's all scattered with that stuff. I accidentally find these labyrinths, but I can't find level 2. But you know, one of these I try. I really do. Every once in a while, I will go back to the first Legend of Zelda game. In fact, the only Legend of Zelda game I've never played other than the Minish Cap and the DS games, which I do want to get to also, is I've never, by DS I mean Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, in case people don't fully know. I've never played Legend of Zelda Link's Adventure, Zelda 2. I never played that one. I do want to try that out. I mean, I know it's a very mixed bag of opinions, but I'm always one of those guys that end up being on the good side of a mixed bag kind of games. Lots of riddles are hidden in the underground labyrinths. Once Link found the map and the compass, he can go forward, checking each of the pathways one by one. Walk around and find all the rooms. Link will have to increase his possessions a lot. In the underground labyrinths, Link will come across some doors that will close behind him. Once he's passed through them, yet there's always a way of opening them and escaping. Even if Link's closed in on all sides, he's not allowed to give up. Try anything to get out. And I forgot to show you guys this page. Yeah, very nice, stylish pictures. They did a great job with this. Link's gonna have a difficult time trying to destroy Ganon. He's real mean. But even Ganon has his weak point. Some friendly character in the game is sure to tell Link about it. Spoiler alert, it's Zelda. She gives you the light arrows. You can only beat that game with the light arrows, which made the swordless runs possible. And a swordless run, for those who don't know, is people actually played the first Legend of Zelda game without taking the sword in the beginning of the game. And some people go, or some of the people just only do it with 3 hearts and not collect heart containers, or some will do both. People are crazy. Let's see. Link has destroyed Ganon and has managed to rescue Princess Zelda. Now that he's got a hold of the 2 Triforces, he once again goes off in his travels, making his way towards countries unknown. Who knows what future holds for Link? They don't really explain what happened to the Triforce of Courage. I mean, that is definitely in the game. I've heard it before. I don't know. In fact, it's in the back of the box of The Legend of Zelda. It says, help Link try to get the Triforce of Courage, but this says wisdom. Whatever. Actually, I think at the end of the first Zelda, I'm probably thinking too deeply in this. I think at the end of the first Zelda, she does have the Triforce of Courage. I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to think too deeply in it. In the labyrinth, Link will come across some kind-hearted people who help him out. Listen to what they have to say, and discover the enemy's weak points. Yeah, some of these hints may seem very obvious, but you gotta remember, this is the first Zelda game, and not just the first Zelda game. This is the first game anything like this, ever. No one's ever seen anything like Legend of Zelda. And it's been an industry maker to this day. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Creating your own Link character. Link, the hero of The Legend of Zelda, does not yet exist. You create Link by first registering your player name. You can create a total of 3 different Link characters. They're explaining files, because nobody knew what that was at the time. When you load the game pack in the unit, they didn't call it cartridges, in the unit, and turn on the power supply, the title display as shown on the right appears, and the demonstration begins. When you press the start button and the display on the right appears, line up the heart with register your name using the select button. Then press start, blah blah blah, we don't need that. With the Link character you wish to name, enter your name, maximum of 8 letters, using the control pad to select the letter, and the A button to set a letter. Once you registered your name, line up the heart with the register. This is a bunch of things. I forgot to show you the last page. I had shown I definitely did this a year ago. Yeah. More little artwork. Let me move this. Let me move your finger. Oh, and I just replaced it with another finger. Let me move hands. Yeah, you want to see that leg? I think that's a leg. Yeah, this one. One of my middle fingers pointing out. Don't know why a leg's there. I guess it's just, you know, one of those. Is that Ganon? What does he look like? Okay. Erasing an old Link character. It's gonna tell you how to do it. I like how the word permanently. This permanently erases all data. It's underlined with red. I'm sure you can see that. Yeah, that's the most obvious word in this thing, even though you probably can't read this due to the video quality. Again, I do want to work hard to up my video quality, but I just can't right now. Sorry. I'm doing my... I mean, I think 480p works just fine, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get to 1080, but I would like to shoot for 720. What do they have now? That 2260? I don't even know if that exists. Sounds cool, though. And now I'll actually remember to show you the thing. Yeah, shows all the screens. I like how this one over here says Nintendo, Mario, and Luigi as the characters. If you nickname this as Zelda, you make your nickname Zelda in this game. I don't know if they do it in any other one, but I know in the first one you get a little goodie. You get some goodies. Starting the game. Yeah, you press the select button, hit the start button. Game over options. Oh, this might be a little interesting. Let me see. The game is over when Link's life power level is 0. At this time, you can have 3 options: continue, save, and retry. Choosing one by using the select button and then pressing the start. Continue. Carry on with the save game. This will start a new game where the last one left off. What? Link will keep all the possessions from the last game and will start with the 3 life power hearts. It's interesting. I didn't know that. Actually, I never tried continue. I always thought to myself, what's the difference when you can continue and save if it's just gonna... Oh, okay. I was actually afraid to try continue. Save. This will store all Link's possessions in your gamepad memory, so you can carry on with the same game at some time in the future. Wow. Retry. And that just means erase the current. If your game ends while you're in a labyrinth, and you select continue, your game will continue from the entrance of that labyrinth. Cool. If your game ends outside the labyrinth and you continue, start from the very beginning. It seems a little fuzzy because the progress you make on the dungeons should still be the same, because it doesn't say that here. It just says you keep all your possessions. I mean, you know, what do you do? Do not press the power reset switches, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm going to turn. I don't like. First, I'm going to show you. There you go. I just don't like tutorial reading. Playing with a friend. Take turns. Yeah, they're saying there's no multiplayer. Again, a very mind-blowing concept at the time. And yeah, you can stop the game anytime, as it's saying. Okay, here's the controls. Basic wisdom. Ooh, I like how they titled that. Let's start Link's journey. Let's get on the game and begin Link's battle with evil. I know you just can't wait to send Link on his adventures, but first learn the basics. There's the controls. They got a really interesting drawing of Link there. It's pretty cool. Alright, here we go. We got some maps. What are the main and sub-screens? Ooh. To play this game well, you really have to be able to use these 2 screens skillfully. I should keep this up here, I'm sorry. It's been like 20 minutes now. The main screen displays Link as he's fighting the enemy and shows what's going on around him. The sub-screen, on the other hand, displays the various treasures that Link has in his possession. If you change over the sub-screen, you can choose any of these treasures. I'm just going to skip some words if I don't find it important, because a lot of this is supposed to be tutorial. Remember, it's an instruction booklet. It's a little more interesting than the average instruction booklet. That's why I thought it'd be cool to read, and since I didn't want to just make this an announcement, oh, guess what, I'm reading a digital copy of a book I read last year for you guys. Link meets all sorts of challenges above and underground. Fighting first starts in the overworld. A land where you cannot tell left from right. What types of places Link will fight and pursue his adventures in. Read on. The overworld. Forests, lakes, mountains. Link must fight many enemies in a beautiful and unnatural world. We can be pretty certain, however, that some good-natured people living in these places will help him out and be his allies in his fight against evil. The underworld. The underworld is an underground maze of dangerous labyrinths. Link will find many more enemies living inside the labyrinths than he does in the overworld. The fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom that Link is after are hidden somewhere inside these labyrinths. And there it is. Yeah, more kid drawings. Let's learn some skills. First off, use the sword. There are 3 types of sword. I'm just gonna try to skip this. I don't want this video to be too long. There's the sword, the white sword, and the magical sword. No use of the master sword yet. They have the shield. Link has this from the start of his adventures. Use it to protect from spears and rocks that enemies throws. Magic shield. This is bigger than the other shields. Use it to send off enemy spells and rocks and Zola ball. Zolas. Oh, wow! I thought I'd never see this. You see, for those who don't know, when translating Japanese and English, the L and R are often confused and reversed. They mean Zora's ball, but it says Zola's ball. That's cool. Link can also use his treasures. The white heart tells you how wounded Link is. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try on that. Maybe I won't read. I'm not gonna read every description because, you know, I mean, we know this stuff. I mean, come on. Link Between Worlds just came out. Treasure and the magic mystery. Rubies, not rupees. R-U-B-I-E-S. They call it rubies in this game. As Link continues his adventure, they find lots of magical items. If you don't know how to use them, Link will never be able to get the better of Ganon. They have the heart container and heart. And the fairy. They have key and magic key. Magic key got you the boss. The ladder. I like the ladder. That's really cool. It means it just stretches you to different parts of the terrain. And a raft, which brings you to certain parts of the game. Yeah, this is where they're going to start showing off some more encyclopedia type information. Map of Labyrinth and Compass. Yep, got the map. Letter to the Little Old Lady. That's a side mission for a piece of heart. I don't even know if there are piece of hearts in this game. Wow, I didn't even think of that. The blue and red rings, which actually, let me see what the difference is in this game. The blue ring reduces the damage inflicted by the other half. Oh yeah, it's like the suits. And the red ring reduces the damage of 1/4. The power bracelet. The magical clock, which actually I think is only in this game. So let me read that. The enemy stops moving when Link has this. Mind you, it only works for the screen he's on at the moment. Yes, this is a screen game. It's actually very Atari 2600 style, where you have one screen and you move around in it. And let's say this is my hand. If it goes up here too far, the whole screen will go down, and now I'm in that new area. What did you find when you pressed B? Wooden boomerang and magical boomerang. Bombs. Bow and arrow and silver arrows. Blue and red candles. Let me see what the difference is there, because they replaced that with the lantern in Link to the Past. Some of the rooms inside of the labyrinths are really dark, so use these to brighten them up. Blue candles are good for one screen only, but the red ones can light up rooms for several screens. Whistle. A very mysterious magical item. Use it and it'll amaze you with what you can do. Nowadays it's the ocarina. Enemy bait. I think there's another one only in this game. Link can use this bait to lure the enemy and bump them off to come to eat it. But watch out, this doesn't work for some of the enemy. Actually, did they even have this in the game? It might be one of those. I know there are some things in the instruction booklet that never made it to the final game. Water of Life, that's the potions in today's continuity. And the magic wand, that should be the fire rod in today's continuity. Let's get the Triforce together. Yes, there's 8 segments of the Triforce of Wisdom. All of Link's life hearts turn red when he finds the Triforce fragment in the labyrinth. He will also return to the labyrinth entrance. Yet more tutorial stuff. Yeah, very nice stuff. I haven't been reading the bottom, but again, you know, stuff we already know. The Overworld. In order to get a hold of the 8 Triforce fragments, Link must also first move around above ground and find the entrance to the underworld labyrinths. So let's introduce some of the basics of how to travel the overworld. Okay, you started the game. Now first of all, look at the top of the left of the main screen. You'll see a little map here. This is Link's radar. What? You can use it to check roughly where he is. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, they're talking about the little box with the dot. Yeah, it's not really helpful. Don't listen to this. It's not really helpful. Right, so far so good. Now we can use Link, they're just explaining how to move around. Link can meet all sorts of people above ground, not just enemies. I mean, they kind of explained that already. Yeah, you can buy things from merchants, you can go listen to wise old men or old women to give you information on how to beat certain things. The nasty creatures that bump into the overworld. This is what I'm going to get to. Tektite. These spiry things jump about all over the place. Red ones move about a lot and blue ones move a little. Tektites have little fighting power. Octorok. A type of octopus that lives above ground. There are two types, red and blue. Watch out for the blue ones. They're mean. They spit out rocks at Link. Levers. They live in the ground and eat up energy of creatures that approach them. Blue levers are a little stronger, but the red ones don't have much attacking power. Pea-hat. What the... Oh, yeah, I know pea-hats. They're really annoying in Wind Waker. Has a little attacking power. This is a ghost of a flower that bounces and flutters around the place. Link can eliminate it only when it's standing still. Moblin, not Moblin. I think that was again. It was an error on the translator's part. I think it was supposed to be Morblin. It was a combination of the word goblin and evil. I think I don't remember. I know they're two Japanese words put together because it was based off of a goblin. The idea of a goblin, and this had their bulldog appearance originally instead of the pig. A bulldog-like goblin, yeah, there we go, I just wasted your time there, who lives in the forest. He attacks by throwing spears, a little bit meaner than Octorok. Armos, a soldier who has been turned into a stone statue. He moves and attacks if touched by Link. He has a fair amount of attacking power. Yes, he does. A guinea? Oh, well. No, it's... Wait, before you say anything, it's G-H-I-N-I. The ghost who lives in the graveyard. These are two types. There are two types of, I think we'll call them hinnies, who are, I never heard, well, they're Poes today. I'm assuming they're the modern equivalent of Poes, who are there from the beginning of the game. They're hinnies who are there from the beginning of the game. I don't know how to pronounce that. Great, more things I don't know how to pronounce. I am going to look up how to pronounce some of the names from the Hyrule story, because I couldn't pronounce them last time. I felt really bad. I never found out if I pronounced them right. And those who appear when Link touches the gravestones. Hinnies or guineas, I don't care, have, or guineas, let's go for guineas, have about the same attack power as Armos. Lionel, the guardian who attacks all those who come after Death Mountain. Watch out, he's pretty strong, and Link's little shield can't stop his sword. That's a hint to get the magic shield. Zola, half fish, half woman, who lives... Yes, they mean Zora. Huh, apparently all Zoras were women at one time. Who lives in the water. When she sticks her head out of the water, she lets out a ball that Link's little shield can't hold back. Get the magic thing. Rock. Yeah, they actually have a rock. I got a rock. I got a Zora. I got a Moblin. I got a rock. Yeah. These rocks crumble off Death Mountain and fall down to attack Link. He can't destroy these natural nuisances. And let me just show you the last two pages. I didn't want to break the flow of the list, so... Getting on to the underworld. I probably shouldn't have shown you that yet. Okay, now that Link's found an entrance to a labyrinth, they give you a hint of what the first labyrinth looked like. It's the Great Deku Tree after dying from Ocarina of Time, if I remember that correctly. It has been a year since I read the Hyrule story. I wish I were doing another read-through. Let's see. Now that Link's found the entrance to the labyrinth, he can at last begin his fight to find the Triforce fragments. Once Link steps inside the underground labyrinths, the above ground radar at the top left of the screen turns into the radar of the labyrinths. What's more, if Link, I think they mean once more, translation errors. If Link has the map of the labyrinths, then the map will also be displayed on the radar. There is also the level display. If you think that the present labyrinth level is too tough for Link, judging from previous experience, then be wiser to get out and fast. That's what people liked about the first Legend of Zelda. A lot of non-linear stuff going on. You had the choice. It would have been a lot harder, and some of them are impossible at certain items, but you had the choice. Let's see. Let's walk around inside the labyrinth, Link. There's more tutorial stuff. Inside the labyrinth, they're made of lots of rooms. More tutorial stuff. There are treasures as well as the Triforce. Probably explain that you can get the items, or as they called it, treasures. Find the map of the 9 labyrinths of the custom compass. Oh, I never knew this. The 8 levels, they actually show the shapes of the dungeon, because they're each shaped to be a different symbol. That's really cool. Here's the very controversial one, the Manji, the Indian symbol for peace. When the game first that came out, a lot of people claimed that level was supposed to be a swastika from World War II, and then with the Nazi Germany, but yeah, that turned out to be false. It was just supposed to be an Indian symbol for peace because they used Eastern country symbols as their dungeon designs, what they look like, box by box. Let's see. Once you get the maps in each dungeon, you can see, or labyrinths, as they called it then. The enemies that Link in the underground, that attack Link in the underground labyrinths. Zol or Gel, or Choose it, is the modern equivalent. Jelly-like monsters that walk about, bouncing around the labyrinths. When Link cuts Zol, it splits into 2 gels. Gel has little attacking power, but Zol has twice the power of Gel. Did I show you this? No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I'm starting to doubt myself. Wall Master. I hate those guys. A monster hand that appears out of the labyrinth wall. If it catches Link, it takes him back to the entrance to the labyrinth. Goraya, a little devil that lives underground. He uses boomerangs. There are 2 of his type, blue ones and red ones. Watch out for the blue ones, they are strong. They're pretty much explaining that. It looks like it's the opposite, because I remember it's the opposite of this. It seems like blue is the offensive ones and red is the defensive ones. I remember, I know it's the opposite in games like Link's Awakening and Legend and Link to the Past and all that. Wizrobe, to the master of movement. He appears here and there, letting out magical spells, and Link's little shield can't hold back. He's pretty strong, watch out. Darknut, the knight who lives in the labyrinths. He has lots of attack power. He repels Link's attacks from the front with his shield. Pole's Voice, a ghost with big ears and a weak point. He hates loud noise. Now, why would they mention that? Who cares? Well, you can use the flute to hurt them, but the Famicom, which was when this game was originally released on that system in Japan, had a microphone on the controller. See, the DS wasn't the first time they thought of that. So you would just scream into the mic and it would kill all the Pole's Voice instantly. Lanmola, a gigantic centipede. Attacking its head won't work. Boy, does he move fast. Likes. Yeah, they were only underground in this game. Now it's the opposite. Now they're not in dungeons. A tube-like monster that is soft spot for magic shields. He eats them up. Yes, be careful. Hate those guys too. Hate these guys too. Gibdos, the mummy man. He's got some strange powers. He's a pretty powerful attack force. Moldorms, a huge worm living in the labyrinths. It grows smaller as Link attacks. Not so strong. Dodongo, a giant rhinoceros. It hasn't got so much attacking power, but it bounces off attacks with its thick hide. Manhandia. Okay. A large man eating flour. Oh, okay. With hands sticking in all 4 directions. If he moves faster as it loses its hands, it's pretty mean, so watch out. Aquamentus, a type of dragon that some call a unicorn. As well as having lots of attack power, it's a fearful opponent. It emits mean beams. Patra. The Patra attack in groups, in 2 types of formations. Both formation groups are strong, so be on your toes. Digdogger. Big sea urchins. In spite of their big bodies, they shrivel up when attacked, so watch out. But watch out, they come on pretty strong. A Goma. The super huge crab that lives in the labyrinths. It's hard to shell with repulse. It's hard to shell or repulse any attack. Attack its weak point with a special weapon. I actually don't know what that is. Gleeok, a huge dragon that has 2 to 4 heads and spits out a beam at Link, which he's pretty much a boss in a couple of dungeons. Heads that Link cuts off from its body fly around in the air. Head of Gleeok, there's no description. Bubble, the spirit of the dead. When it clings onto Link, it won't be able to unleash his shield for a while. Okay, that's in the list. Oh wait, no, there's one more. Traps and stone statues. Somebody placed these in the labyrinth a long time ago. They suddenly attack Link when he approaches them, so you really gotta watch out. Let's see. And now Link has to fight with Ganon. Link has collected 8 fragments and completed the Triforce of Wisdom. Now he's ready to get Ganon in the depths of Death Mountain. What is Ganon? What's Ganon like? Nobody knows. No one has lived to tell the tale. Until you, player. Alright. Show you the pages. Yeah. I'm sharing the page. I didn't even know I had my capture card by that time, because I never forget the moment I said there's the low budget channels that were showing the book. So I felt bad I couldn't show you guys the page, but now with the digital version, we're going to go through each page by page, so I'm really excited for that. The Legend of Zelda ABCs. Complete the strategy to getting level 1, Eagle. Your first attempt at the Legend of Zelda, and you're probably not taking yourself that's very hard. Well, we're going to help you out with the following pages and teach you how to reach the first Triforce fragment. So they give you a hint for the first one. First, go to the cave. When Link gets out on his travels, he can see a cave before him. Go in this cave. Now, get the sword and get equipped. Go north, young man. Then east into the forest. Keep on fighting in the forest. Go north to the lake. There's a description to all of these, but I'm just going through this quickly, you know. Link's found the bridge. Cross the bridge to the Eagle Labyrinth. Oh, they each have names. I never knew that. Map to get to level 2. Underground Labyrinth. Yeah, that I want to do. That's cool. The ruins at the top right are the entrance to level 2 Underground Labyrinth. To get here, Link has to go over to the outer right of the map and pass through the big forest. Mind your step though, don't get lost. That's going to help me out wonders. And Lester warranty and FCC regulations and whatnot. Here's the Labyrinth 2 thing. And I'll go backwards a little bit. That's the second page of Labyrinth 1 explanation, and we've seen the first one already. So that has been the Legend of Zelda instruction booklet. Thank you guys for joining me, and I don't know when I'm going to get that first video up. Probably not tomorrow, maybe Monday. I'm not making any promises for those watching this in the present. So, thank you guys for joining me on this reading of the Legend of Zelda instruction booklet. And I'm looking forward to starting another reading segment on the Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. That was a great book, and I can't wait to reread it. And since I got that second download code, the ticket makes a nice bookmark for your Hyrule Historia, by the way. I'm so obsessed. I have 3 copies of the game, 2 print, 1 digital, and I actually want to get the Japanese version. I'm obsessed. I really am. I have a problem. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.